It's the NFL on EA Sports. And our focus is on Jerome Baker. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Dolphins and the Texans, just ahead on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Garoppolo, first play, going to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Knight. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. So they get the completion. That's good, but Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there. But sometimes when they get hit early, it gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. There's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Tua. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. That one goes for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 33. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tua going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
They've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
From the 29, Garoppolo.
He finds his man, complete. It's Knight. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. That's Knight. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And Hill with it over the middle. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
Garoppolo now. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Zonovan Knight,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Okay. Just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarterback. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Texans have moved out in front. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter. He's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here. And I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Damian Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football. And he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tua sets up to pass it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Zonovan Knight, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On 1st down,
Knight down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Knight, and a short gain down to about the 33. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Garoppolo looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie things at 17-all.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Up the middle they go. Turpin trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Turpin. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Here's Tua. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Got a man, puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. Out there.
Check pink. Check white.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now Tua.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job.
Okay, ready?
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Give left side for Pierce.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Justin Ross
From 3 yards out as they have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. quick hitter out of his hands fast into the receiver's hands even faster.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. On first down, Garoppolo gets this one to Hill. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Up the middle they go. Knight.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
So now here come the Dolphins. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Garoppolo on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Knight. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I remember like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On now the Miami field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to the... Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the... So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Malik Willis leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. The Rams seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Austin Eckler, a touchdown run in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school, didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Knight. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
A nice little juke.
Wow, incredible.
Miss.
The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return.
And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Turpin, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas.
They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
They'll run on 1st down.
Knight. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Knight, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he wisely will throw that one away. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins have come back to make it a 2-point game.
Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
We got a brand-new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins.
Here we go.
On first down. It's Knight. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Big Derek Brown making the stop. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo going right back to it. And he lost the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where concentration goes right to the football. This is something.
Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Garoppolo again. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Being checked, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And here comes the Texans now. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Xavier Howard. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game.
And
Now Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
J-Ron Curse, he's the one who got in there, knocked it free.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason.